Well, for many people, their car is their trophy. Can you believe that there are still 90-year-old cars on the road today? If you own a Model A, that's certainly something to be proud of. Producer John Branscombe spent some time with Model A vintage car buffs, taking great care of these vintage wheels. Check it out.
My name's Ed Longino. We're in a 1930 Ford Model A two-door. These things are geared real low, so you get going in first, just barely moving, then you should shift into second at about 6 miles an hour. My wife and I just fell in love with Model A's when we were around them for a week. And we said, you know, we got a 1930 boat. It'd be cool to have a 1930 car. Being around these other guys, you know, the camaraderie side of it is special. You know, learning about the history of Model A's is very interesting, and about Henry Ford.
We're a Queen City Model A Club. It's a shop time event. There were people in the club, young people in the club, didn't know how to maintain their cars. I am Jim Townsend. I am a member, and this year I'm also a co-president. Take you on a look at it. We've got the lift, and we've got plenty of room to bring cars in. We've got good work benches to work on.
You pull that plug out right there.
It's like a tutorial. Every one of us has something to contribute. My name is Danny Phillips. For those guys that have done this before, they're helpful. They can tell you what you need to look for and what to expect.
Dave said, my car was hard to shift on that trip. I said, you know, mine was too. And then Danny comes up and says, my car was hard. It was hot, the oil was thin.
For those of us who've never done it before, it gives us an opportunity to get our hands on it. It's a 1929 Ford Phaeton. This car it's a four-door convertible.
Let the tape come down on the bumper.
Front end has a shimmy in it.
Now that tip will slip, you know.
And we're trying to take the shimmy out. If you go across a railroad track or hit a little pothole in the road, the front wheels would start to wobble.
And so we've taken his whole front end apart.
It's fairly easy to work on. It's not complicated. We're not having to replace any parts yet.
We adjusted the toe end. We greased his wheel bearings and tightened them a little bit. He had a little bit of play in his wheel bearings. But everything else checked out real good. The car's in good shape and safe to drive. It's a social event. There's a lot of watching going on, but then there's side discussions on the side, and there's no wear on that. You don't have any end play. Anything we do brings a question, well, you know, my car does such and such. What do you think about that? And so we share stories and share information that way. It's fun to work on the old cars, but it's more fun to share with other people what you're doing, and it's fun. And go beyond the importance of it, of sharing knowledge on how to work on them. We like to drive them. I love the sound of them. If you've ever heard the exhaust sound of a Model A, it's different from anything else.
They're just a lot of fun to drive.
It's like anything else. There's some things you enjoy doing by yourself and you don't want to have anybody else. This is not one of them. A good way to spend some time together.
Thanks so much, John. This story is near and dear to his heart because he inherited a Model A from his dad. The Queen City Model A Club organizes several trips a year, putting hundreds of miles on those classic cars.